should I tell you why I can never be broke?
Sitting down with people that are in serious business scenarios and they're looking at it like, you lot have got something.
In the business account, we had so little money in there that I remember going to bed, looking at the account and thinking, bro, how's man gonna order breakfast
in the morning.
My old boss, he said that what I was doing was silly.
Next thing you know, 6 months gone past, I got 100 bags.
There's a lag time in business. It's difficult to be in a state of abundance, but also think carefully.
I ain't mastered
Who
that.
has though?
Sometimes you take L's, that's good for content though.
Every person I spoke to said, why don't you go back to doing what you were doing before? I like the fact that I'm in Dubai, because in Dubai people don't say that.
Someone has cut the crap on their advert, bro. Look. It's on the TV.
They've got to pay P's for that.
Oh, we're rolling, innit? Look at this.
They've got to pay P's for that. That's royalty.
Oh, cut the crap on the... What's going on? Huh?
That's costly, that is, to use that slogan.
Yeah, so obviously, like, the process of who you become is the main thing. So, yeah, like, I feel like this year, understanding that rebalancing my survival versus abundance, how we know, last year was full of L's for me. This year was full of W's for cutting the crap. Like, it's actually been wins on wins on wins all year. I take a few L's and stuff, but yeah, I think one thing I've also learned, and I also want to big up Tyra, yeah? I want to big up Tyra for this, because it's something that I saw when working with Tyra and the TC team that I didn't agree with at the time, but I do now, which is you don't have to scale quickly. It's a weird one. You can scale quickly, but you don't have to, like, scaling doesn't necessarily mean taking on loads of staff or taking on big offices, because we learned a lot from that, innit? We jumped into the office, we didn't need the office space. We took on loads of staff, then we cut back, we snipped back down. So I feel like one thing I've learned this year is quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, getting more juice out of the squeeze.
I think scaling's an interesting thing to talk about, because you can actually scale with just price. So like you could scale your business by just increasing price, and that's it. Yeah. I feel like scaling, people just think it means that you're scaling like what you spend. Like even what you said to the other day, like I knew this anyway, it jarred me when you said this, because I already knew this, but anyway. Only because you get rid of one staff member doesn't mean you have to replace that with another. I know this. I agree. You don't have to, only because you cut an expense don't mean you have to replace that with something else. Sometimes you can get, I just think we've learned this year, we get more out of Rahil, Kim, and Steph and Ali than, bro, at one point, bro, we was going crazy, bro. We had different man for different everything, bro. Some shit short form editors. Yeah, I said shit short form editors. Yeah, I think, do you know what, where we learned from, or where I would say I learned from? I learned from Chantel and how hard she worked.
Picking up the ladies there.
Literally.
Yeah.
No, and yeah, how hard Chantel worked.
That's really nice that we're doing that. That's really nice. Yeah. Pick up the girls. Yeah. Pick up the girls.
This and send it to me.
Yeah.
But no, how hard she works at work, and she might all work on a Sunday.
Yes.
And it's Sunday and she's stressing, and I'm like, oh, what are you stressing?
Yeah.
I got this deck to finish for work. And I think, oh, people that work for us, don't they?
Yeah. Facts.
Okay. And I when I see what the big companies, even like other friends I have that work 9 to 5, like I've got a good friend, he will work when it's busy season, he's an accountant. When it's busy season, you can't see him. He will work from 9 to 5, come back, turn the laptop on straight away. He'll all go to bed at 2 a.m, wake up at 6, go back to the office. Like that kind of work ethic is crazy. And it's like, I'm not saying you have to demand that from everyone, but I always got stuck in this. When I first started a business, I wanted people to have the best job in the world, which I do still want them to have the best job in the world, but work with me. And that's more so what
I think it's different when you're at a startup as well, man. I think something I've realized is you're at a startup, you've got to wear multiple hats, bro. Yeah. That's just part of it. Like I think I was always shy about saying that. If anything, again, it goes back to the mask I used to wear years ago of pretending you're not a startup. We're a startup, bro. Like, we're just a startup that does really well, but we're still a startup. And we're going to make mistakes as well. Like, something else I've learned is to forgive myself as well. Like, we're going to make mistakes, bro. We know that we haven't necessarily managed the finances the best way we could have managed the finances, but we've also been trial and erroring all year. I feel like we only got to a consistent point in the last 8 weeks. People wouldn't think that from the outside, because it's looked great. It's a swan effect. It's gliding through. But bro, we've wasted hella money on apartments, hella money on offices, hella money on staff, hella money on resources. I know for a fact there's even been certain weekends that didn't have to happen the way they happened. But I also feel like if you're not learning, then you're doomed. If you're learning through it, like that's the difference. I feel like in my younger days, man would be delusional, bro. I would do it year in and year out, year in and year out. There's no actual learning. There's no sitting there and analysing with it. And that's what I like about what Hormozy says. It's like, it's not always about, one thing I've learned as well with breaking habits, and something else I learned this year, it's not always about necessarily getting rid of something. It's about counteracting that thing or understanding what that thing is. So let's say, for example, random example, smoking. Yeah? For me, obviously, as we know, like I've cut down smoking so much from the beginning of the year. Yeah, that's from smoking vape and whatever. But if you'd spoke to me about that a year ago, my whole thing would be, it's black or white. It's like, man, smoke and get defensive, or man, don't smoke then. But it's like, okay, because you know you smoke, for example, or because you know, and this is what I heard Moses say the other day, and I liked it. It's like, because you know you may not be as productive on a Saturday, do something on another day to counteract that thing, rather than what I used to do. I would just beat myself up about it, bro. Or I would be embarrassed about it, or maybe never want to talk about it, or get defensive about it. Now my thing is, and you've helped me with this as well, now my thing is cool. We know Sunday mornings, Sunday generally, I don't really want to work. I don't want to work on Sunday. Saturdays even more so, that's me time. However, what I will do though, is I'll go fucking hella ham for Monday to Friday. If that means we're here at 12, 1 o'clock, whatever, still filming, and so be it. If we got calls up into the brink, I will say to myself, right, Friday, you ain't going out until 11 because you've got calls to still do. And I feel like that forgiving of myself has allowed me to grow as a person. I think it's the same thing you always said about people trying to
be too extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is with the extreme thing, unless you can actually stick to it.
Yeah.
For all things, because there's some things that you can be extreme and some things you can't. I even suffer from it. The people that I know who are in the best shape don't actually go to the gym every day, and they don't try to. Like, he'll just go to the gym 4 times a week. That's all. Twice on the weekend, which is
but he will go on the 4
days a week, and he's been doing that for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
See me, I'm a man. In 3 months' time, I'll get crazy shape in 3 months. But I'll be back out of it.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest, like that just is what I'm like, the consistent guy. He's also a guy that my same friend at school, he achieved better than everyone else. But I was, you could say, naturally smarter than him. Do you know what he did? He just revised 2 hours a day from the start of the
I was
year.
the worst at that, you know.
Start of the year, bro. You see me.
You tried to cram it in last week and that, but bro, same.
Do you know why he was cold? You see, before the exam, I'm still reading notes, walking to the exam.
Yeah, same.
He's on some, what are you doing?
Slow and steady, bro. Slow and steady.
He's Mandan though. It's not like because you'd assume that this is like what a Neek would do. He's
no,
slow
and steady.
I'm like, broski, he's like, bro, I know it all.
I think it's the what do we say that word? Compounding. It's like, again, I think it applies the same thing what I just said with the scaling. It's like, for me, I'm scaling, we're hiring loads, we're going crazy, we're doing a big launch, we're open, we're this, we're that. Like, I used to look at, with Tower Creative, I used to look at things and be like, we're just going too slow, man. Like, we're going too slow. Like, why haven't we done this? Why haven't we done that? And when I look at even like where she's taking the business now, like, man, get it, and man really respect it, bro. Because in hindsight, it's like, I was saying to you, we should get this office a year and a half ago, but that probably wouldn't have made sense a year and a half ago.
So, okay, does slow and steady win the race?
Okay, so I think the answer to that is you've got to know when to be slow and steady and when to move fast. I think the big part about business, I can't remember who said this, but someone we watched recently is knowing how to implement fast. Someone we spoke about this recently. Just knowing how to implement fast is very crucial to business. However, I think you also got to know when to go slow and steady.
Because I don't think slow and steady wins the race.
I think you need both though. I think you need both. Sometimes you need to be slow and steady. The scale of hiring staff, you say we should do it slow and steady.
No, I say you hire fast, fire faster.
No, but what I'm saying is, all right, prime example, we had the conversation over there about the TikTok manager. That's slow and steady. We don't need one right now.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's slow and steady.
I think you should be fast and calculated. If I had to use 2 words.
Fast and calculated. Yeah, fast and yes. I think fast. I think speed is good with calculation. I like that one.
Because what I would say is for something like a TikTok manager, I wouldn't do it. It's not like I would do it slowly. I wouldn't do it. That's it. I'm not doing it, but I'm moving fast in my other thing. Now 6 months has passed. I've moved fast on these other things. Now we need a TikTok manager. Let's move fast on it. As opposed to being like, okay, let's start with like one video a week.
Yeah.
And then instead, we do what we do. Like we look at what we're attacking and we attack it, or we attack that. Then we go to the next thing. Then we go to the next thing. A bit like what William, a bit different, but a bit like what William was saying in terms of why I think having the numbers is so important is because if you have all the numbers laid out, every single one of them, all the metrics that you can work out a business on, you just go through it. You know what the numbers are meant to be. That one's weak. Let's attack that this week or this month. Let's attack that. That's fixed. Okay, perfect. Now you've got loads of leads. Now the problem is you don't have a good appointment setter. Get a good appointment setter. Fixed. Now your closing script is weak. Your close is weak. Okay, fix that. Like it's actually you can approach it very methodically. And simply, I feel like you can actually dumb it down.
That's what I think it is though. It's having a method to things. So like I feel like it's not just acting on impulse.
Yeah.
So another thing that I've learned this year in business is impulse. For some things works. Like content for me, it works very well. If I think something and I act impulse, it usually works well. But I think from a business decision, sometimes it does work though, man. Sometimes being impulsive has worked for me and does work for me. It still is working for me, to be honest.
I think the impulse can come up, but you have to back it up. Yeah, I think you just back it. It's like with when you buy something, it's like you do the first thing on emotion. This sounds like a good idea. And that's why I feel like having a business partner is good because if I want to do something, I got to sell it to you. If you got to do something, you got to sell it to me. If I have a mad dream in the morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to be on Snapchat. I can't just walk in and be like, I had a dream. I've got to now look at Snapchat and say, whoa, Snapchat, if you look at it, the click-through rate is actually and I think having a business partner is good.
I think madmen need a business partner.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone does. I think madmen do. I think our personality traits, even though on surface may not seem it and we might not think it with business, can be quite similar.
But I think that can also make it work bad.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, but I say having a partner can also make it bad.
Yeah, it can.
If I sell you on board, because what often happens is one of us might have an idea, and where we're so passionate, I'll storm into the room, and you might be, I don't know, chilling out in the morning, or I might be on the balcony in the morning. You'll come through and be like, "Oh, we need to do this." Now you're selling it to me like you're 1,000,000% sure on it, but really you're about 80%. Now what happens is you gas me, I stand up. Yes, let's do that.
No, but
now you're in the evening. You're like, bro, I don't know if you do that. I'm saying, oh, of course you should do it.
No, I beg to differ. I think whenever a man's pitching you on something, I think number one, hearing it out loud, saying it, allows me to reanalyze it, and number two, I think you naturally look for flaws in it. I don't think you go to agree with me naturally. I think you only agree if it actually makes sense.
You're right. But if you do get me, now it's done. If I do get
me, for me to have got you or vice versa, I think that's because it made sense logically.
Yeah.
I don't think I can get past you without it making sense logically.
Yes, no, that's
I can't sell you on just excitement.
No, it's true, but I'm saying that I
actually think you actually slow me down if it's just excitement. I think when something's just excitement, I think it actually not. I wouldn't go as far as saying jars you. I just don't think you even get that emotion about most things. But I think when I'm just on that emotion, like bro, I think you actually think, bro, slow down.
That's more when it's a bit neggy though. And when I mean neggy, it's like,
why are we doing this? They're not doing that. I know that. I hate when man do it to me, so I don't know why I do
that. No, it makes sense.
Do you know why I think I do it with you though? I think I do it because I look to you for this space to validate we're doing the right thing.
Yeah. No.
And that might not always be fair, but I think 99% of the time, I just look to you like, is this the right thing? Obviously, don't get twisted, like, loads of my logic comes in and my experience comes in, but if it's anything niche to the space, if we start talking about sales teams and the actual sales pitch and that, I kind of always take a bit of a charge on that, but if it comes to like the business and the space we're in, I'm kind of like, bro, why are these men doing this? Why are we doing that, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think what else? I think there's been loads of us starting this year from business. I think another thing has been, so even like some of the highlights, bro, like we've had bro, it's been a mental year. Like I feel like we have been.
Let's talk about some of the highlights. What are some of your highlights of the year?
oh, there's been some highlights.
Yeah.
This month.
Tell me some of the highlights of the year.
The first return to London was lit. Obviously, it wasn't niche yet necessarily, but that was lit. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the podcast tour. That was a game changer. I feel like that was a chapter.
Right at the start of the year.
That was start of the year. I feel like that was where the cut the crap thing got really cemented in some like, cool, this is what we do. I feel like we became like, I feel like me and you became a brand, a duo brand, and it was like we understood what we represented. I feel like on that tour, especially building niche, deciding that it was going to be called niche, and creating the whole branding with Tyra, and like all of that was mad exciting. The moment that we put on Instagram when we realized like, bro, we can make so much money.
Yeah,
that was a highlight.
Was that a highlight at the time? Do you think?
Yeah. Because it was similar to the period. So I've had a few of them this year. I had the first ever one I had was when we sold out the boot camp. Yeah, or what, it might have been consultancy, whatever. The first bit, I'm like, oh my God, this works. The next one after that, I would say was I think was that. Yeah, I think it was realizing that, yo, this can make so much money. Then the what like what I've had recently where I'm seeing other people, like I have chapters where I'm like, yo. Do you get what I'm saying? It's taken man level higher. So I definitely think that was a moment, because it was like a realization that, I realized that, hold on a sec. All this success that I had from high ticket sales and sales floors, I could do it again. That is mental to me. Like I said to you the other day, like that's like being a footballer who got injured and realizing, right, you can actually play again. Like I feel like I'm actually playing again. I'm in the World Cup, but we're actually playing again. Yeah, a good analogy, the World Cup. Yeah, right. What else has been some of yours?
This year, a good thing, and this is a good thing. A good one for me was in February when I had my biggest month at the time. Then the reason that was big for me was because it was bigger than what my goal was. My goal, like if I look back into my books, my goal was, at first was 10K, then I got scared, made it 5K, then I got even more scared and made it 3.5K a month.
For what?
Just what I wanted to earn from my business.
Wait.
Yeah. This is when I just look. If I go through, I've got a book that's written. I used to write everything in one.
Oh, it went up and up. You mean? Not down.
No. It went down. It went down because I hadn't made it, and it was like I lowered my goal because I got a bit scared. So then my goal got back to 10K, and then my overall goal was 20K. Like that was my like.
From when we started?
No, that's before.
Oh, okay.
Way before. Then my goal was 20K. So then to get to 27K. On the road,
and
chilling
you
out.
On your own as well.
Oh yeah, on my own, chilling out. No staff them times. So that was actually zero staff. Like all me. Yeah. Just in the pocket. Whilst being on the road, whilst not actually like not taking it seriously, but definitely not putting my all into it, because we were doing other things. We were on a podcast tour. Man's closing. Yeah. I'm in a room closing. I remember I had a guy on hold and I brought him in like on banter, like look at it, and he was thinking, he was like, should I pay? And I remember bringing him in and showing him, like, look at this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Look, he's tweaking, he's about to pay me. And so that was a highlight.
Question, yeah?
Go on.
This might throw it off, yeah? But do you think, let's try and go back on track with this, but do you ever regret the fact that we've got staff now? I don't mean that about the people, but the fact that you just said that you've done that with no staff.
No, but I do feel like it was your idea to have staff.
Yeah.
I don't feel begrudged by it, but I do feel like it was your I feel like it's a model, but you've heavily tailored it. Because if this was all me, the business would look different.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have no content.
No.
And then we wouldn't have a personal brand. And then I don't think we'd be in the rooms with it.
We wouldn't be in the rooms with him, but I think we'd be getting to a quicker bag than we are now.
Yeah. I feel
we're gonna be. I think what the content, I've always said, the reason I'm thankful for the content is because it's actually a longer term play.
Yeah.
Like, but all I do know is if it was just down to me, I think we'd be getting to the bag quicker.
Yeah, we'd be getting to the bag quicker. Yeah, but I think in my lifetime, my career, I don't think quicker is always better.
Might not be.
I think getting to money quicker isn't always better.
But remember, you can follow the William. You could. My strategy would be the William strategy.
Yeah, he's doing the content now.
Yeah. Which is you slap off, you do whatever you need to do, pay traffic in the shadows, 2-man band, PA. I
just find it so hard to separate because I feel like to flip that might be your experience, but for me it might be different. I got to the bag quicker because of my following.
Yeah, but no, in the sense of you got to. It took you 7 years to build the following.
Okay, yeah, fair, yeah.
I come in the game just trying to get to the bag.
Yeah.
Obviously, no, my actual.
But I think for me, because I built it, I wanted to cash in ASAP.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like once I built it, I feel like I couldn't really have gone a different way because I guess I could have went straight to ads.
No.
But it was there. It was a smarter move to use that.
Yeah. No, 100%. What you did was the right thing. I don't like. That's what I said. I'm not.
And I feel like.
And I like the fact the content. Do you know what I like about the content? The credibility thing you can get past. In terms of sales, you don't actually need the content. It can be helpful, but do you know where I have started to like the content is being, because remember, my thing isn't doing content, isn't being seen. The fact that people recognize me and notice me is actually like, oh shit, oh, that's quite cool because this isn't my thing. Yeah. That's what I said. This isn't my like. I even want the viewers of that to know doing this is not my thing. I wouldn't have a picture of me online. I'd be one of them, man. Just wouldn't know me, and I'm just a recluse.
I think I enjoy it as well, man.
No, you think you love it.
No, I do. But I think it's because I'm creative first.
I'm starting to enjoy it.
I think like, because sometimes I think like, raw, like even when you say that, like, obviously we want to keep the expenses as low as we can. But then I think like, cool. Without a Kim, for me, it's hard for me to have separated these things because whenever my history of building any business I've ever built always has involved a creative.
Yeah.
So I would have needed a Kim even if we got him on a freelance or paid him just for a branding package or whatever, or a Tyra, yeah? I would have needed them temporarily for something. And then it's like, okay.
But that's what I'm saying. That's your approach to it.
You wouldn't even.
Because man would have done nothing.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's me.
Yeah, no, it's not, which is fine, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I say with the way it is, it's like I have my things, but I know this is your thing.
Yeah, but I think I have met you in it because I probably would have had a way bigger team, and now I kind of want to stop here.
Yeah.
Like I kind of want to stop here with just really we've got 2 creatives, and then someone dealing with our distribution and marketing. I'm calm to stop here, and then I think we can now stretch that.
Yes.
So
this is the team that. We have enough of a team that can go
to get to $1 million plus.
However,
definitely. This team we've got now we can easily get to 7 figures with. Like, I think easy.
Yeah, definitely, because you can get to 7 figures
without a team at all. Yeah. But yeah, sorry, go on. You're saying your highlights. So your highlights. Another one as well to throw in there is the fact you moved there, which is mad. I don't feel like it was this year. Mm-hmm. That was a big highlight for both of us. Mm-hmm. That was when it was just like,
yeah. That was a highlight, and another highlight I want to say is the course starting to sell.
Yes.
And the reason I say that is because I've got a thing where it's always awkward for me to say this because I feel like everyone has this. I'm very confident, but I'm also very insecure.
Yeah, but I think everyone's that.
And I know. Yeah. So things happen, and it doesn't happen for long. I think because I'm so confident, but when it does happen, I hate it. Yeah. So because I'm always so high-chested and confident, I really very, very rarely have moments. So I might have moments for 5 minutes within a whole month. But for me, that feels terrible. Like me feeling anxious, I'm someone that I deal with it really badly because it happens so rarely. So I'm someone like, if I'm nervous, because I'm very rarely nervous, if I'm nervous, all my days, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to this. Like, what is this? Like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So, the fact that the start of the year went well, there were a few times where I think, man, like, as much as I remember why we weren't doing the consultancy, I think, we have money though.
Yeah.
Remember, I just think about times like, we all made like 14K in a day and stuff.
Yeah. Fact. But it was so much time.
No, it was, and it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. But you look back through those tinted glasses, it's like, I have money. Like I'm all watching the snaps of all us listening to music saying 5 figures in a day. I'm thinking, it's been a long time since then.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with a little 1,000. If I could make a little 1,000 today, I'd be well happy. So the highlight is when it started to work again. And my thing it always is, my thing is repeatable. I'd rather make 10,000 for 5 months in Bro, the 50,000 in 1 month, because the 10,000 makes me not feel anxious. My thing's always about what's happening. I don't want even if you could show me a little method or a one client slap where you could slap this one guy for 10K, I don't want that. I'd rather get 3 clients for £3,000. That's gonna make me feel.
I want a skill that I can eat for the rest of my life. Teach me how to fish.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, this starting to work. Obviously moving to Dubai. And yeah, my
in-house, that was sick.
Yes, we've done some cool things. In-house event
was sick. Like the podcast, I know we said it, but that was really sick. That was
the in-house event.
We
was
hit
very
the roads.
Sick.
We was literally on a tour bus vibes. Like we had
do you know what? No, I'm gonna go double down on the in-house event.
In-house was sick.
Reason I say that isn't me, bro. But now it is me.
No, you can way out your comfort zone this year, 100%.
That isn't me, but now it is me. Which I like.
That was sick. Obviously, a lot of the pods we've gone on has been sick. For me, going back to the beginning of the year, which is mad that it was this year, selling out the boot camp was mad. The boot camp was sick. That's how we started the year. Scaling and professionalizing something that I think I had as a bit of a raw talent was a highlight for me. So now I really feel like a professional sales trainer. I go into companies, train the company. That's another thing as well. We've been going to companies, training companies, helping them, and continue.
We've done so much stuff.
We've done a lot of shit this year.
No, we've done a lot of
stuff.
No. We've done a lot of stuff.
No, cheers to this.
Cheers to that. No,
we've actually done a lot of shit.
We've done a lot of stuff.
We've closed B2B client. We've launched a recruitment department. Bro, we've done bare, bro. We've placed people into job roles. Like, we've actually done bare. I'm thinking what else?
No, this has been an excellent
highlight of mine as well. As I brought my mum here, man. Bro, there's been so much.
No. I'm very glad that we've ended the year with money because do you know why? Because if we'd ended it with no money, I'd have thought this has been terrible.
Yeah.
The fact that it's picked
up.
And
I think it's good that we've rounded up like this to reflect because you forget this stuff, innit?
Yeah.
When we deep here, because in a minute I'm gonna say let's talk about the L's, but I can't lie, there's way more W's though. So much more W's.
There's loads of them. Do you know what's so crazy? Where we've been jumping.
We secure the office.
To get on to talk about kind of some of the L's. Because we've jumped around apartments so many times. Because we just live in Airbnb and pay it through the roof.
3x prices.
Yeah. But because we do that, I feel like I've had 6 different lives. Like I can think different things happen at all different apartments. I think of
I bust my visa fine. That was a W.
What do you mean?
Bro, I couldn't leave the country, bro. I couldn't leave Dubai, remember?
When?
Bro, for me to even go to UK,
yes.
I nearly missed my dad's birthday, bro.
Yes.
Remember?
That was in
I had to pay 10 bags.
Yes.
That was in March.
Yes.
February, March.
Yes.
That's how I met Ibrahim.
Yes.
Big up Ibrahim.
Yeah, Ibrahim was a big
part of this.
Yeah. No, we've had lives. We had one live where we lived in Town Square and we had the rental.
Yeah.
And we were just driving around forever for the whole month.
Yeah.
Driving around non-stop.
What else have we had? Obviously we had the Airbnb L's, the office L, which I think we should say for another video because I want to really go into that.
I think that for me, the biggest L that's now a W is stopping doing consulting.
Yeah. That was peak.
That was a
crazy
L.
That was the only time all year that I felt like I felt before I met you.
I'll be honest. Yeah, I during that period, I've spent about over 3/4 of my savings in that period. That's peak.
Yeah.
But I don't speak about things like that.
Yeah.
But I don't speak about.
That's because we was on. It was like we was drowning. It's like we were swimming throughout the whole year, and then we both had our own separate life jackets. We was calm. And then you gave up your life jacket, so we shared one.
Yeah.
But we still had for the one.
Yeah.
So he's on the one life jacket, and then it's like we was too heavy for the life jacket. So there was that, and then I have to send a big shout out as well to our investors as well.
Yeah, 100%.
We got to a point where
that's fact.
We realised that would kind of be needed to grow, and we had offers left, right, and centre, which is sick. That's another W. That was sick. That kind of that was the first little validation, to be honest. For me, it was like sitting down with people that are in serious business scenarios and they're looking at it like, You lot have got something here.
We had a day, yeah. I'm actually going to say this on the pod. Most people wouldn't say this, yeah. We had a day where in the business account, this is after we've, bear in mind, after we've had many ups this year, many ups, we had back-to-back 50K months, good months, very, very good months. Building out this course cost us so much money and time where we went 3 months without earning a penny. And in the business account, we had so little money in there that I remember going to bed. This is just full transparency. Looking at the account and thinking, bro, how's man gonna order breakfast
in the morning?
Like, but genuinely, there's £13 in there. There's two of us. There's no food in the yard. I'm thinking, how are we actually gonna? And I remember in that evening, that evening I went for a walk. I remember I called my friend, and I went for a walk along the marina because we were living in the marina. And I was explaining to him that this is some expensive pain, man. Like, we're in a nice apartment, like everything's nice, but man can't actually order breakfast. Bro. And it's not like we don't have our own personal money. We do, because I don't want to pretend like we're struggling more than we are to make it seem cool. We do have our personal money and we could dip into it, but that's not what we've been doing all year. We're not used to that. The personal money's there. This is the business's money. And I remember just being jarred. And I went to bed, and when I woke up, Stripe had just put £80 in the account.
I remember.
And you see that? That was something where it's like, that didn't have to happen. Why is there £80 just dropped? But it's dropped out of nowhere. Like, we weren't even really owed it like that. £80 just dropped in. Then that evening, we signed a deal for like 13K. We got a client that paid us 13K. So that was all eradicated. But things like that, like, that's small moments where I think, you know what? This is meant to happen, man.
Yeah, bro.
Because I was stressed about it. I went to bed. It was that's God.
My birthday was a highlight.
Yeah.
That was lit. Then I ain't gonna get into depths of that, but I had a bad come down after that, remember? I had a bad come down, really bad come down where I'll explain most of it, but it was like things were starting to get really good. No, things were good. Things were good financially. And I hadn't really had a birthday where I'd enjoyed it for years now, like 3 years now, being here.
We were probably the most lit then, just before then.
Yeah, it was the most lit. So then I thought, all right, cool. And you kind of even gave me, you know, like sometimes we give each other the nod where it's like, you take priority, just like, you got something you need to do. You gave me the nod like, it's your birthday, like, I know you're gonna spend on your birthday. I think, I don't know, we just must have closed a lot of deals. We was good. We was in a good position.
No, we were super good.
So then I thought, all right, cool, let's go, man. Let's enjoy it. Let's fucking go.
Not gonna air the...
What, spend? What, on the
No,
birthday?
I don't know how much it was.
I don't know. But it was a good, for the whole birthday week? Oh no, including the Sutton? No. We're not gonna include that. No, we're not gonna do that. But yeah, so I thought, all right, cool, let's enjoy it. Enjoyed. And then, especially while I was drinking, them times I was smoking as well, come down was bad.
Yeah, and also
I think that was one of my worst and when I say come down, by the way, guys, I don't do drugs, just alcohol come down.
But I think it's also good to note as well, and this is something in business that I feel like people don't account for. It's something I don't account for. There's a lag time in business. So what I mean by the lag time is that if you work really hard this week, you're probably going to get paid 2 weeks after. So you see, when you enjoy a whole birthday week, you're still getting paid througroug't week. It's lit. I don't care.
But there's
I've spent all the money.
Work
Get back, gang. Cold. I don't care. You see the next week, you're not going to make money. And
that's when I realised as well.
You can't make money the next week because there's no seeds that have been planted. So no matter how much you work on that week where you're having the come down, you're not going to make money. So now you're thinking, oh my God, I just spent all this money. You're not now going to not make money. And normally when you do something negative, remember, man really had the whole week off.
Yeah. And you know what? A big gem I want to give people out there as well is, I think I always describe this badly, so I always make it sound like from the outside, like as someone who was high ticket closing, man will make 30K and spend 30K. That isn't actually true. Like just to cut the crap on the cutting of the crap, like that's not actually true. Like I was able to accumulate, build up investment portfolios, like savings wise, I was able to see multiple 100Ks. Like I got to my first 100K in savings at about 22, 23 years old. And the person I was seeing at the time, like helped me get there. So there was a lot of financial, like smart moves. But because I then got to a point where I ran my own company, cash flow was pretty much instant. So the same day I could I could, or not even me, because I had a team, they could close a deal, is the same day I could make money. So as a result of that, it's so easy to get in the habit of I'll be honest, there was very rarely a time where I couldn't make money. Like I'd have a savings that I wouldn't necessarily look at and just be making money, churning. Could easily make £10,000 in a week. So if I know that, if you know you're making £5,000 on Monday, spending £3,000 on Saturday ain't that bad. Yeah, but it is though, and it can be, should I say? Because what happens is you've deluded yourself to think that you are replacing that, but you're not replacing it. You're getting rid of. Like, so if right now I got 5K, I just want to break it down really simply. If I got 5K right now, and I got 5K coming in on Monday, that's 10K. It's not 5K. Yeah. But it's easy for me to blow the 5K and get another 5K back. But now that's not the 10K that man had. Yeah. And I think it's a trap that I used to think it was a hustling thing, but I don't think it's just a hustling thing. I think it can happen in business owners. I think when your cash flow, I think whatever you do, if you have got quick cash flow and you have got high margins and you've got low expenses and low responsibilities, all my staff were on commission. Yeah. They weren't on a salary. All we had to pay for was office, leads, admin. It's minimal, bro. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think it's a hard one because most people in business, and to be in business, you kind of got to have the attitude of to make more money, to get more money, you make more, or like to, instead of just cutting down on expenses, you make more, which is good, but it needs to be taken with a pinch of salt. And I feel like you can make it extreme, and it's difficult because it's difficult to be in a state of abundance, but also think carefully. Yes. And it's difficult to think carefully and be in a state of abundance. So it's really hard to balance. So like, it can be hard to tell someone who, especially someone that's heavy on sales, it can be hard for me to turn around to you and say, hey bro, like we need to stop spending as much, because you might be like, bruv, man, we'll just close more. Which is cool, but it's like, do that as well. Yeah, but let's still stop.
And this is the gem.
That's hard to balance.
That's the gem, and I don't want to talk on it too heavily yet, because I want to prove it. And I've got this little personal thing I even spoke to you on, like, you're aware of it, but I haven't just spoke it out loud, in the sense of, in the next 6 months, a year, like, you know my thing, I like to do it and then flex that I did it and show you it was done and keep all the receipts, whatever. I feel like the real flex, and I think I like to make sneaky things cool, yeah? So I feel like there's two extremes, but I don't feel like you have to be either or. And again, this is very early on in me saying it, so I could be proven to be wrong. But I feel like one extreme is just save, don't enjoy your life too much, The other extreme is, fuck that, I'm getting money, we're out here. I actually think if you treat saving like you treat spending, or like you treat running up the bag, you can actually have both. Definitely. Like, in the sense of, if man's flex, and again, this is how I first got to 100K savings. Like, my thing was, at the time, I was seeing someone, this is going back 10 plus years, and I made a promise to her that every week I'm saving £2,500 minimum. So that was the same as me buying her a bag, or a new this, or sending her on holiday, whatever, yeah? And I put mad pride on that, and that was a flex. And if I didn't do it, it was embarrassing. So what I would now have to do is, because I want to spend 2.5 maybe every weekend, and I have to make 5 bags, I have to. If I've made 3K, I'm pissed off, because I can't get my fix. If we're cutting the crap, I can't get my enjoyment that I want, yeah? Everyone's got their own vice. Mine, for me, is just going to enjoy my weekend and then getting back to the bag. So then what I'd done to combat it back then is I'd make double the money. And in that, I'm saving just as hard as I'm spending. So now, next thing you know, because man has got that bit of a detachment towards being too scarce, next thing you know, 6 months gone past, I got 100 bags. Yeah. I don't even know I've got it, because I didn't even think about it, because I've still been enjoying my life. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think you have to do it, man. I just think you have to just have a.
It's the same thing with the gym thing. It's the same thing going back to what you said. It's having something that you just continue to do.
I think you just work out the numbers. I feel like what's been difficult with us is it wasn't. So again, I don't also want people to think that financially it's been bad. We had a lot of, before switching over to the course, we had a lot of savings built up within 6 months' time. A lot of savings. I don't want people to just think that man are just out in Dubai making it look cool. We saved up a lot of money. Yeah. The money was spent on staff and the money was spent on courses. like a very small amount was actually spent on lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, and I want to make that clear. Like,
no, big
man ain't got no new cars,
Big
drip.
fact.
We go out to eat at nice restaurants every now and then. That's maybe what, $3 a week, let's say, or $5 a week.
No, I'd say,
Not
and
much to spend.
also, I'd say that wasn't even the first half of the year.
Exactly. So
To be honest.
exactly. So we were doing it then. I think what's and it's not even difficult now. The problem is that when we had transitioned to the course, we could have been a bit more frugal. If I
in the
actually
transitional process.
On return, we could have been more frugal.
I think we were, Hormone said the other day, we were, I can't remember, I think unintentionally optimistic or uneducated or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We just thought the course was going to lick off.
Straight away.
Imagine, we just thought it was going to go crazy.
Yeah, we thought it was going mad.
And the pre-sale, we were told.
Man said the pre-sale like it's a coin. I don't give me PTSD,
not pre-sale, sorry.
Don't give me PTSD.
The post-launch, let's say, it was selling. We announced it and made like 10. Remember, we had a checklist. Do you remember? We had a tally. We sold like 6 within 2 days.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my God.
Yeah, we're done.
This is it.
This
is it. So we're not being frugal. In fact, those 6, we probably celebrated more than we'd ever celebrated before.
Because we was on some, remember we was on some, we were selling each other. I can't lie. You started gassing me. You was on some, brother.
Yeah, this is over.
Brother,
I'll come back in the house and say this is over.
Brother, this is
I'll
over.
just write down another tally on the thing. This is over. So if on reflection, the actual times of only because I want to be clear, especially in not beating ourselves up. We weren't financially bad. The first half of the year, we were very good. I lived in a bloody 1-bedroom out in Town Square. It cost like £1,000 a month.
I wouldn't have got the same place.
Exactly. Or £2,000 a month on rent. Very, very, very limited. We're making 30, 40K each these times. So that was then. Then the only time it was bad was when we made the transition, because we had 3 months where we didn't actually earn anything, and we actually spent more than we spent in the first 6 months in those 3 months on business, but also in our life, because we just were overly optimistic. Then after that 3 months, it slowed down a bit.
Another thing that hit us.
What?
UK trips.
Yeah.
First one was good. Second one was an L.
Was
and
an L?
The third one was an L. Because it's been 3. The last 2 were L's.
What's the second one?
The second one was first one you hadn't moved yet. Second one you had just moved. What did we go back for? What did we go back for the second one?
I don't know. I know the third one was an L, but the third one wasn't meant to be an L. Again, if you remember the third one, we had more like optimism. Because we can't be, one thing about us, we can't be sad.
Because remember, it was a marketing trip. Our thing was just going to get the eyes and the ears. We went to Gen Z on a high.
Yeah, but we went back and we didn't get to the bag again. We didn't get to the bag, but we had planned to.
Even the Gen Z play, it was like, don't get me wrong, it was a sick event, great event, and it raised a lot of awareness for us, definitely raised our following. We've done a partnership deal with them, and obviously we thought in our head, we'll go there, show face, and then we'll get loads of people that wanted to enroll in a course. Which was a learning curve, because it's not really ideal for some of those people that were there. A lot of them haven't got money. There was just
it wasn't ideal. It wasn't ideal, but
it was good for content and good for. So that's the thing, man. With this thing, like sometimes you take L's that's good for content. No, it's mad. Like even this conversation now, it's great content. Like that's what's mad.
Always helps with the story. That's why content's overpowered.
That's why content, the ROI on content, you can't actually. It's untangible.
Yeah.
Like because the story alone. Like all them L's that I went through, like $250,000 L's turned into a CEO cost episode, turned into a $250,000 win. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like it all balances it out, innit?
But yeah, that's my thing. I don't ever want people to think that we weren't. The time, like I said, there was 3 months we could have been more frugal. I would say where we should have been, and then I would say moving forward we could have been, but didn't have to be. Like now the situation we're in, again, I don't think we're going brazy. I think we've got
crazy awareness right now, though.
Yeah, and I think we've got small things that need to be tweaked. So like Deliveroo. And we've got a few habits that need to be tweaked.
Yeah, obviously getting into the contracts, which I'm excited about.
Again, getting actual rent paid for is
for people that don't get that as well, for people thinking to move to Dubai. Bro, I said to someone yesterday, like for the last 3 years I've been here, I've been in Airbnb contracts, bro. Like I said, and the maddest thing is, arguably I could sit and say it's because of financial ups and downs, but it's also because of organisation.
Yeah, it's bad.
Because if you actually sit and just organise, get in a contract, just for those who don't get it, here you generally have to pay You pay, it'd be 4 checks, so you basically pay
months.
every quarter. So you pay 3 months in advance, kind of 4 months in advance, because you've got to pay a month on top of the check. So you pay 4 months in advance, which can sound mad. And a lot of the times, again, a lot of it's in your brain. It seemed mad psychologically, but in hindsight, we've lost a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, we just weren't when. Yeah, I don't know when.
A lot of that for me, knock-on effect was obviously everything I went through. So then it got to a point where it was just like, getting into a contract was the least of my worries, and my thing was just, see, the maddest thing about survival mentality, you get into pay-as-you-go mentality, and pay-as-you-go mentality is a man who gets slapped more than pay monthly mentality.
But the thing that's crazy is we didn't have to be in pay. We've
didn't.
maintained pay.
But that's a broke thing, you know?
Yeah, but that's
a
what
broke
I'm saying.
mentality.
But
Like,
we
that's
didn't have
like,
to.
when you think about man in the ends or man in the hood or whatever who do things and slap it on credit and that, it's a broke, I'm not saying credit's a bad thing, but I'm saying if you haven't worked out the numbers, you think that you're getting a save because, right, man didn't pay up front, no. But a man who went and paid his insurance up front, they saved 3 bills.
Yeah. No.
You think it's nothing
What
because
we
you got
did-
bread coming in every day, but he's
what-
thought of the year, you thought of the day.
No, what we did was that was cold. But what we did was it was silly because we could have easily slapped contracts.
Same
before the course was
fuckery-
made.
Sorry, go on.
Before the course was made, we could have slapped a contract easy, no
100%.
drama, not even
I was
think
just
about
gonna
it, bam,
say,
just throw that.
You know the same fuckery you do when you're in Hustler, just got to fix problems and just got to just get to this week. If you use the same feature, this is one thing I've learned about myself. If you use that for the good, you're gone. So you see, like, for example, I'm a man where if I have to, for some way, shape or form, have to pay 5 bags by tomorrow or whatever, I'm gonna find a way. If I use that same trait for go and find a way to do the contract, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, put yourself in the pressure for the contract, not for, I don't know, whatever, like, not for the Airbnb. Rather than, like, the same pressure, bro. Man, put yourself in the same, like, the pressure you put yourself under sometimes for, like, just to give people's context, an Airbnb might be 4 bags a month.
Sometimes more.
The same yard could be £1,500 a month. However, you have to do 1,500 times 3, which is what, about 4, 5, yeah. Plus maybe another month, which works out to be about 6K. So 6K, and these are random numbers, by the way, versus 4, 5. Man will go the 4, 5 option because you can do it bit by bit, and you could do a bag, and that is at one lump sum. If you use the same mentality to get this, you're
easy.
fine, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what my thing is for next year, from now, should I say, is you, because one thing I've learned, when I was beating myself up going through the survival stuff, I started thinking that my madness and my spark and my craziness was bad. And this is one thing I thank you for, because you've made me realize that it's not bad, you've got to channel it right. So anything that I've done on a madness, or when I say madness, people might not really get what I mean, but like, I don't know, I always think I say it, make it sound way worse than it is, but man could be sometimes impulsive, man could just be a risk taker. I can be a big risk taker. But I've realized if that's channeled, it's fine. And that's what even some of the network of what we've come around, we meet people that are madman, bro. They'll risk way more than we will, but it's more calculated. And it's channeled in the right direction. And theirs makes them 10Ms plus.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a big lesson I've learned this year, is channeling the madness. Keeping the spark and just channeling it. And I think one of my biggest takeaways and almost like my conclusion of this year is what you said, which is fast and calculated. I think that's my favorite thing. Like, I've always been fast, but I haven't always been calculated. I think now, getting older, obviously, like, yeah, man's older now, went through the losses. Like what Mosey said in that clip we played, I got to a point where I thought, right, maybe man's just lost everything. But it's like, no, man's actually... Another thing that what we've built has shown me is that if it weren't for my skills, we may not be here, like,
Definitely.
together anyway. So now it's like, I'm mad grateful for everything.
Definitely.
Now I just got to channel it.
The skills can never be stripped.
Skills pay the bills, man.
That's the one thing that all else fails. I was having a little rant. I don't know who I was saying it to. I was saying, life shouldn't have shown me this much when I'm young. My mind is not ready for this. Like, I was actually saying that my mind, life should have never shown me these finer things. Because you know my thing, I can't go down now.
Oh, big
And
facts.
because of that, but the thing that I'm grateful for is that I have the skill. So like, worst case scenario, people, remember, before getting into this, I would have been over the moon with a 60 to a 100K a year job. Would have been absolutely over the moon with them times. So worst comes to worst, you think I can't just be a consultant and just work really hard and get
Yeah.
8K a month?
Yeah.
And just live normal.
industry's changed my life.
Actually just live a normal, like not normal. That sounds quite privileged, but just like live a normal, like even if all else fails and it goes wrong and God forbid.
Man's got back to coaching
everything-
company.
I just go
Now man's
back.
got a whole year extra credibility.
Yeah, back to just
as
coaching.
well.
Yeah, I'm gonna work 9 to 5. It's not gonna be lit, but I'll still be comfortable.
Yeah.
Do normal man life. See people. I might go back to London.
Bro,
and
it's
just
not
live
even normal man life. But if we're talking about back to consultancy, that was still 20.
No, but that, again, all else fails. Let's say was luck.
Okay.
That 8K, I can get it so easily. Like in a nice way, I can get it so easily in any. There's so many things I now know to get to £8,000. Like the fact that I can do that, or the fact that I can get to 10K quite easily, that always makes you feel relaxed. It's like as long as I'm alive, I'll be able to. And don't get me wrong, in doing this, we've had months where we've made less than 10K because we've been trying something new and but I knew every single month, I knew that if I just went back down to basics, I could get back to that 20K. I could get back to the 30K. Like the whole biggest point, and again, this is testament of us. Again, everyone I spoke to about the fact that we're doing this and this isn't working as well, every person I spoke to said, why don't you go back to doing what you were doing before? And they actually polluted my mind. Like I like the fact that I'm in Dubai, because in Dubai people don't say that. But you see when I'm in London and I'm telling a few people, boy, these girls are getting
That's
mad,
why I don't
you
really
know?
talk to people, man.
I don't normally, but I did to a few.
I only talk to my
And I was
successful
like,
friends,
bro,
man.
this is mad. Like I'm saying, bro, this is a bit mad right now. Like,
Yeah.
Because I can't lie. I'm very vocal. Like if I'm, especially with people I know, if I'm lit, I'm lit. If I'm not, I'm not. Like I'll tell my
I
bro,
am, but I
ain't on
can't lie though. I can only talk to people that understand success.
Yeah, no, and I'm on that now because they actually started to pollute me. At first, I was on some, but man ain't doing that because there's a reason I stopped it. After I'm thinking, boy,
Maybe you're right.
that consulting, this is all mad. I'm all looking to get like going home or looking at the cab like cab's all £30
that's mad.
and that. Like,
See, one thing I'm thankful for is the same thing that someone could think I'm mad for, is I refuse to let go of the idea that I am destined to be stupidly wealthy and I live an abundantly high quality of life. And I think what I'm thankful for is the e-learning space has now made man realize that this can now be forever. like this could actually be forever. Reason being, the worst case scenario, like you said, it's kind of like a trapper would say, turn the line on. Like, man, let's turn the line back on.
man can never. Should I tell you why I can never be broke?
Good.
And we can never be broke
Good.
because I can generate leads and you can close them.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. That's literally it. And
That's it.
Give me another industry. I'll just do it in that. Like
Yeah.
I don't even have to be the thing is that I like about the e-learning space. Remember, before I had the e-learning course, I was scaling them for other people. So I don't need to be the superstar, bro. Oh, we're back in.
Yeah. Can we do that? I know you don't smoke cigars, but can we just sit on the balcony
Yeah, I
in
can
silence?
sit on. I don't. Yeah.
Silence.
Yeah. What was I saying? So yeah, just to wrap up, just because it will cut out.
Yeah.
The good thing about the e-learning space is that the skills that we have, we don't have to be the superstars of it. So what I was saying is, realistically, you're the face of what we're selling at the moment.
Yeah, for now.
Man can, no, but for now, but that's fine. Fine for it to be that way. Like, if worse comes to worse, man can, if sales is not the thing anymore and no one wants to do sales for whatever reason, I'll go and find myself we can go and find a personal trainer and say,
sell
hey,
that for them,
you be the person.
That's what's amazing about
Trish
the
is gonna
remote
scale
closing
sales,
space.
Yeah, he's going to sell the sales team.
Yeah.
I'm going to generate all your leads and we're good. You be the face of it. We'll do 33, and we're good.
No, we've actually got what older generation parents used to say, man's actually got a trade for life.
That's
bro.
what it is. We've got a
Man's
trade.
got a trade, bro,
yes.
for life. And
you
it's
know
just
what?
nowadays it's newer.
We've got a trade. Yeah, where's this camera
I think
here?
this one, yeah.
Yeah, we got a trade. Do you know why I'm so happy about that? Yeah, my old boss. Yeah, he said that what I was doing was silly. I've got a trade for life. This is more powerful than that. It's more powerful than a degree. Uncle Dave, I love you. Yeah, but this is very powerful.
Nah, big fact.
This is very, very
Big
powerful.
facts. We're in a digital world, man. As time moves on, like obviously things like property and building properties and bricks and mortar, and that I still do believe are always going to be needed. But we're in a day and age where these skills, you can be great at bricks and mortar, but if you can't sell it, you what you're gonna do. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I think they're. Do you know what it is? I don't even feel like you even have to discredit them, but we just have to credit these.
Yeah.
Like those skills are still helpful. You're still gonna need electricians, still gonna need all that shit. But you will need someone that's good at generating leads. You will need a good salesman, and there is no degree for that. But my results speak, and the way I talk about it also shows.
I just want to say, my brother, that I thank you. Yeah, and the reason I thank you is because you introduced me to this space, and in a very short space of time, we've made a lot of money.
Oh wow!
No, we've made a lot of money. Yeah, we've made a lot of money. Yeah, and I think on top of that, I feel like I see the next 10, 15 years of man's life, bro, and I ain't always seen that. Like, obviously, I've always had a vision, and I've always seen. No, let me rephrase that. I've always seen the result, but I haven't seen the potential vehicle. I always known I can see it, big yard, Rolls Royce, kids in the back, pool, villa, living in the sun, palm trees. I've made some of that happen by moving here. But I haven't necessarily known what that looked like. Especially like in the high ticket sales space, like before, like I didn't have a massive interest in selling investment packages. It wasn't my burning hot desire. I didn't really, whatever. Training people was sick, but I didn't really like the culture that started surrounding it. And it just became very like egotistic, and I don't know, it just didn't have the same energy that this has. So I'm thankful for that, because even that's why, bro, and I'll be honest, some of my biggest highlights to round this off has been in the last month, to be honest. Bro, like, you see that for me, going on that yacht, meeting Will, meeting Josh, like, they don't even know, not even on some fan thing, bro. They don't realize that I didn't know them before. I didn't know them before, but they don't know what they've done to someone like me, because I'm just seeing you, same as shout out my guy Charlie. So I saw Charlie, I saw the X6, I saw the Aston Martin, I saw the Rollie, I saw the 10 bag holiday, I saw this, I saw that, I thought, okay, cool. So this is possible. That's all I need to know. Very rarely do I come across people that make me think that I can't do what they do. Very rarely. So, I mean, if it's a niche skill, even if I look at videographers, movie, all of this stuff, I think I could do that. I just need to put the time in, not a problem. So when I look at these people, like, it's encouraging. So yeah, man, I'm thankful. I'm thankful we linked up. I'm thankful that we acted on it. I'm thankful we implemented. I'm thankful that man reached out to you. I'm super thankful again. Some of these people don't even know what they've done. That Raheem even shouted me to do that pod, because
it's mad.
They don't know what they've done, bro.
It's mad. Because Raheem not shouting you, all these things change something. Ethan not shouting me to go to the boat party changes that. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I even want to end it on that. I don't even want an outro. I just want to blowing smoke in the back of the Rolls Royce. But yeah.
Yeah, man.
That is the end.
Cut the crap.
Bye.
See you later.
Whoa, I need a slash.